What if I told you that this jar of pickles was made by one of the city's most loved restaurants? Would you believe me if I told you that they transport hundreds of kilograms of cucumbers with the help of their friend Becky? Would I be telling a lie if I said these chefs get up at 5 in the morning to process all these cukes in their restaurant before the 11 AM mise en place begins? What are the chances that a restaurant that is nearly booked out every single night still has the capacity to handle a pantry operation that sees thousands of jars sent across the country to wholesale customers, restaurants and grocery stores? Well, honestly, I didn't believe it either, so I had to find out for myself.
We had this conversation yesterday where I never help people in hospital out with loading their cars.
Oh yeah?
I did the same thing with a friend yesterday that I covered in Auckland, and the first thing her boyfriend said was, how come he never helped you, like, carry those 10 cakes?
And so the morning began with a wee little field trip over to the local cucumber farm about half an hour's drive away from the CBD.
They're growing curled or a little funny shape, or they just don't really thicken out. A lot of it's due to stress on the plant.
Yeah.
And that's when they go through and they thin them off because they're not going to meet supermarket requirements.
Wow.
So ideally they can pick them at this stage because it gives a lot more juice and nutrients and stuff to the rest of the fruit that they really do want.
You know, as Mike was explaining this notion of cutting off these bad fruit or these undesirable fruit just to give nutrients to the ones that we're going to sell in the supermarket, it kind of got me thinking a little bit deeper that these fruit with so much character sacrifice their lives so that we get to have very, very conventional looking cucumbers. And just to personify that a little bit, who are you? Are you the basic cucumber that's sold beautifully lined up in the supermarket shelves? Or are you the ones that get turned into pickles?
First came out here on a horticultural field trip with Lincoln University.
Oh,
Yeah, it was one of the farms we had to evaluate, and we saw this beautiful fruit. I thought, oh man, that looked pretty good. We could use that at the restaurant for sure, and be good for pickles or something.
yeah.
And then that's how it all kind of started. Hit up Rob and he gave us a bunch of fruit for free and said, look, try it out. If you like it, go for it. And now we're here. And yeah, and then we almost stopped.
Mikey was like, it's all over. And he was doing it solo. It was going okay, I guess.
So I think just the ricochet and with my body weight just hitting the door just peeled it off.
Wow.
And I just went flying
Gosh.
across the road.
If you rip a piece of tinfoil off
Yeah.
and then just crunch it, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, the door's just peeled off. It's just my
gnarly.
hit it with the big shoulder charge, you know.
He just ran it straight through
Yeah,
the door.
and yeah, ended up 20-30 meters down the road on the highway, and was very lucky of where it was. Just lost a bunch of skin and stuff like that, and bit of a head knock. But
cool.
no, it was not cool. Not a good.
Freaked out.
Terrible start to the holiday. Towards the end of it, I couldn't make any pickles during that time. I couldn't do deliveries and stuff, so it was kind of. And I was at the point of being over it anyway, and I was like, "Cool, I'm out. See you later." And then these guys were like, "We still want to do them." And
still want you
and I was like, yeah, you wanted me to do them because I was like, just bloody over it, and it's a great product, and they should still be around, and I'm glad that it is. All right, we've done it. Look at this guy. Hey,
What's his name?
this is Peter. Look at him, he's bloody gorgeous. 140, 180, 180 kilos today.
And the fact that in the face of nearly losing his life, people like Max and Samson were so keen to keep that pickle alive made me really grateful for the fact that this operation is still going today.
That thing is huge.
Is that one too big?
Give it a go.
Ooh!
Wow.
Have you ever seen a double get that big?
These are the spice bombs that we use to flavour the brine up.
about 10 minutes to 9 at this stage, and I was told that we needed to go head to Grizzly to get some more pickles. Yes, more pickles.
So what's the plan now?
We're gonna go get some buckets. You know, ever go into the bucket shop, just buying more and more buckets. So these are all like directly ready for wholesale, so going straight to the customers, or we pack these down into our 2 different pickle sizes.
Ooh, that's a cute one.
That's good. This is the dill garlic.
So this is a dill garlic pickle.
I had the pleasure of trying one of their summer line of pickles, and it got me thinking that these chefs are creating pickles on a batch-to-batch basis that continually get refined and adjusted and improved on, just like a chef would refine, improve, and articulate the differences between Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3 of a dish.
That's only 1 clove of garlic in that whole bucket. Isn't that crazy? Sharper, a bit more punchy.
When people say full sour, that's full sour. Is that not full sour?
That's gotta be.
That's like,
right?
whoa.
That's like,
So this isn't your average pickle company. This is a group of people that are actually first and foremost chefs and people that love cooking in the kitchen, that are creating a product that, if anything, is evolving and constantly improving with every single iteration.
We're a Vegemite family.
Pastry fan.
Yeah.
Not a Marmite family.
Not a Marmite.
I grew up in a household that had Vegemite and Promite.
Oh, Promite.
I got time for Promite. Solutions based. That's what you get from being hospitality. You're a solutions based person typically.
And what happens if you're not solutions based in hospo?
You're not in hospo anymore.
Working like 65 hours or 60 hours in the restaurant really kind of robs you of that love for cooking at home.
Totally.
You know, so it's those last 2 days off and I don't want to cook at home, no way, but now I'm loving it.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, the world we live in is pretty unfair, and I think that's a reality that has hit us quite hard with the likes of COVID and all of the earthquakes that we've experienced here in Christchurch.
Working on like short time frames, you get like 5 minutes to do something. We do it, it's made, you clean it all up, you do it all over again, and then at the end of the night, it's done.
Yeah.
You get like constant satisfaction and reward for the work you're doing. I'm gonna go down and get all the stuff for packing and bring it
Why
on.
don't you first look at the orders so that you get your own amount of shit?
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
gonna like forget about your shit and then have to go back down.
And even in the world of hospitality, it can be easier to assume that maybe you're starting with lower cash flow, or you're not having as much capital as a big company that could invest millions of dollars into an operation.
Use the crate as a massive colander.
The idea of working for like big companies that do year-long projects and stuff, like you must just get lost. It's hard to think long-term about the development of the business when it comes to the advertising and growing a culture around the products so that people see it a certain way or feel about it a certain way. It's really easy to just think about coming to work, get the jars made, send them out. There's a lot of like long-term work that needs to happen.
But what about the unfair advantages that you have in hospitality when you enter a space like FMCG?
Start something like this and see it for what it is, hard, like difficult to do, and go, it's just so hard. Everything's hard about it. Shit's always hard. That's the reality of just anything. Shit's hard. If you want it to be good, you gotta work hard. So I just see like the days where we're in here, smashing, big volume, trying to get as much done as possible. That's the stuff that's gonna pay off for us.
And to me, that's exactly it. It was the idea that people in hospitality are constantly having to be solutions-based. They move fast, they think fast, and they react quickly. I think after spending the whole day with Max and Mike, one, yes, I absolutely believe in everything that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but two, I have a newfound appreciation for products that are made by chefs. Because you know that they're not just filled with profit margin in mind, but actually a notion that food has to be tasty first. And that when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking something delicious, or maybe you're cooking some breakfast or some scrambled eggs, you've got an opportunity to add a little bit of that chef's touch that you don't usually get to do. And I think that elevates the work that we do in the kitchen so much more without having to do all that hard work that you saw this morning. They've created these incredible pickles that are sold in restaurants, and people like chefs, real chefs, use them because they're made by chefs. So the flavour profile and everything would work with the restaurant quality menu items that people like to put on their menus. And so this beautiful ribeye here is paired with this milk bun and this harissa mayo, which we're going to give it a crack right now with that pickle. I can never talk while I'm eating this because it's so good. And the ribeye is so big. So I'm just going to do a voiceover here. There's some really exciting stuff happening around the corner with us here at Story Bites and 5th Street Pantry and Bones Pickles. We're going to be developing something that's going to hit your shelves very, very soon. So if you want to follow along with our journey, please don't forget to subscribe to Story Bites on YouTube. And we're also on Instagram, so don't forget to follow us there too. We'll see you next time.
Wait, you're talking back to him.
Cheers. We're 5th Street Pantry. My name's Mike Larry. This is Max. Jen's inside. We're crushing it. Look, Bones Pickles, they're available. You can buy them. It's not a secret. They're out there. We've got them. Other people have got them. You can have them.
Get them while they're cold.
Get them while they're... Exactly, man.
Get them while they're cold.
Get them while they're cold.
Nice.
Good.